Iteration is crucial in programming. We do iterations to perform repeated actions in an automated way. Imagine you have 1000 different text files, and inside each text file there are 2000 different values, and you want to calculate the average of each of the 2000 values for each of the 1000 files. Well, to do that, you'd have to iterate through each file and through each value inside each file. The good news here is that Python is excellent in doing iterations with just a few lines of code. The great tool to perform iterations in Python is the for loop. We use the for loop every time we want to iterate through a list, through items of the list. So imagine we have stored the names of the files we want to iterate in our file list variable. Remember the file list variable? Now we want to just print out the file names on the screen one by one. To do that, we should use iteration. Here is the syntax to do iterating. So for item, in the file list, print out the item. And notice that we are using indentation here again. So what we're telling Python is, okay, for each item in the list, print out the item. And Python will do just that. It will go through each item and perform the action, which in this case is printing the item on the screen. So we had a list of 3 items, therefore there will be 3 iterations over the printing function. Sometimes you might need to generate a list automatically. Remember, we had to write the items of our list one by one. But imagine if you had to write a long list, let's say from 2015 to 3015. And I would be very lazy to do that. But the good news is that there is almost always a way to automate your work in Python. In this case, we could iterate through such a big list of items using the range function. So again, for item in range, and then we write the first item of the sequence, the last item, and the step. So the step here is an incrementing step. And below comes the action we want to perform. And of course we can perform any action inside the loop and not just print. We can even do conditionals inside loops. Let's do one. Again, so for each item in the range that starts at 2015 and ends at 2019, incrementing by 2, if the item is equal to 2025, print out the item. So we just told Python to go through each item of the range list and print only the item that is equal to 2025. We used indentation here again. We indented the if statement because it depends on the for loop, and we also indented the print function below if because the print function depends on the if statement. So the for loop here is conditioned by the fact that the item has to be equal to 2025 for the print function to be executed. So that was some basic but good information about iterations, but you'll have more about it in the next lectures.